Good evening, friends. On behalf of Ahmedabad Management Association, I welcome Professor Hitesh Shukla, rather Dr. Hitesh Shukla. He has been conducting training programs and lectures, webinars regarding family business in India, Asia, USA since last more than 25 years. He has been awarded for a global certificate from Family Business Advisor from FFI USA. I'll not take much of a time. Over to Shukla sir.
Good evening and welcome to you all to a session called Creating Generational Success in Family Business. It's my honor and privilege to be with you all today evening. First of all, I thank AMA for this opportunity and thank you all for your great time and interest in family-owned business. I'm thankful to Mr. Giriraj Dave for the introduction and be the part of this event. The tree itself is saying something. The tree is a reflection of family-owned business that has a roots and fruits. It has a generational success. Family business, if you look, it's one of the oldest organization of the world that has created great contribution to the GDP, employment generation, and if we see the contribution to the society, it has even contributed even at the time of crisis better than their counterparts. If we look across the global data, around 67% of global businesses are family owned and family managed businesses. If we look only at the data of India, if we consider only the data of organized sector or Bombay Stock Exchange top 500 companies, it's around 83% businesses are family owned and family managed. That shows its own significance in the economic development and social development of the global. On the other side, if we see, we have two kind of stories in family owned businesses. One, the great success, generational success, and the other one, that is, we have all good, bad and ugly in the family owned businesses. Because the cases, we have number of cases on both the side, positive and negative side of the businesses. Let's see one by one how it has contributed and how we can create generational success family businesses. The agenda for today, what I've set is great business, their secret sauce and tips that destroy the family businesses, so that we should avoid or we should not fall into that trap. This slide will give you a glimpses of one of the oldest business of the world. In fact, the history shows that in 578 we have a business called Congo Jimmy, but unfortunately it was closed down in 2006. These all are the businesses. Also Rocking that is still in existence at its 46th generation. Can we imagine the ownership? If we see the first generation 100% ownership, second generation 2, 4, 5, 6, 46 generation, how many family members are there in that family and in that business? And if we split the 100% into the 46 generation, perhaps this all is not sufficient to manage the family meeting or the business meeting of that family businesses. What is more important, what we can learn from this great successful family business is their decision making process. If yours is 51% and mine is 49%, naturally you have to follow what you say. But when you are my sibling, when you are my cousin, when you are my family member, and your ownership is less than 1% and my ownership is also less than 1%, how can we take the decision? How can we decide who will be the next chairman of the organization? How can we take our legacy to the next level? How can we take our business to the next level? Because when you are talking about the success of family members, it's not only about the balance sheet and financials. For me, what is called success in family business is three things. If we have to see really generational success in family business, we have to see three things. One, of course, what everybody talk about or what everybody sees is the balance sheet, the financial success, right? Because data matters. Everybody look at your balance sheet and financials. But what I see is very important things when a business can transfer entrepreneurship skills to the next generation. I call it as a leadership. When you are transferring your leadership skills to the next level and you are passing it, or the next generation is taking your business from level 1 to 2, that is considered as success. And that leadership responsibility, it's not an inherent business. It's not what you are getting, what your father has. It's more about creating legacy. That is called successful family business. And the third thing, the first I told, what is the first one? What is called generational success? Balance it, the financial matter. Number 2, that is leadership. And number 3, very important, that is the foundation of successful family business, generational successful family business, is the harmony and happiness. Harmony and happiness in your family business, that is the foundation of your success. Because I've seen in my last 25 years journey when I'm working with various family businesses in and outside India, one side business has succeeded, that is balance it, but on another side family failed in their relationship. Please remember, if I have to give you my conclusion in just one line, it's a very hard statement. Business never fail, because you will get so many consultants and so many supporters to support your business, to create new strategies and success in the business, but you will not get any pandit who supports your harmony in your family. So business never fail, it's the family fail, it's the relationship fail, and as a result, as a reaction, business fail. So what we can learn from all this family, see, this Honsu Rocking is this family business that is success at the end of 46th generation, that we are going to see in this today's presentation in next 40-50 minutes, how we can create our family business that can be succeeded in all three dimensions of the success: the financial dimension, then the leadership, and ultimately the family harmony and happiness. Because ultimate objective of any family business is not the financial success, not the profit success, but it's the relationship success that is considered as success in the business. These are some of the cases. I'm not going to discuss any one of this. I'll give you the process, how can we create business like this. These are the great businesses of the world that has seen generational success. Right, again, these are some of the examples. The world's oldest business is family-owned business, and world's largest business is also considered as family-owned businesses. And now we are coming to India. That is more important for all of us, because every country, every family, and every business is different. They have their own culture, they have their own value system, they have their own paradigm of success. So this is the roots of family business. I have my own book. That is the first ever book written by any Indian author about roots to root. That gives you the successful stories of all family businesses. We have stories from Vadia to Mudagappa, formal stories. We have n number of business houses in India that may not have their names in this formal organizations. These are some of the successful family businesses in India. Now let's see. Before we go ahead, I have a question for you all. Can you please give me some insights? How are you connected with family business? Are you a owner? Are you a non-family executive working in some family business? Or are you a consultant or a student and researcher? So my first question to you, please raise your hand. Those who are from belongs to family business, those who have business. Oh yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know one or two who have crossed third generation, because third generation is considered as a benchmark of success in family businesses, right? If you look at the generational success, anyone sitting here who has crossed fourth generation or working as a fourth generation? Okay. Third generation? Oh yes, great. Thank you. Bedroom is a boardroom. Every bedroom has a different dunya, different world. And these different worlds, different planet do not have, if they do not have a bridge between them, they are not connected. Because the individuals plays very vital role in family. Why? The reason is the next generation. See, they are mobile. They are highly educated. You just go back to the history 25 years back. They have the entrepreneurship skills. But now the next generation is more technical savvy. They are more educated. And they are now not, emotionally connected with their family of original. They say, this is my business, or these are my aspirations in family business and outside my family business. And if they see more opportunities outside the family business, they are not ready to work for their own family business. That's a big challenge every family business owner here is facing. They're highly educated, talented, most talented person is ready to work for other organization. Because why? I ask you a question, why? The question itself is answering you. The reason your business is not giving them the value that they want. If your business is creating a value for them, for the growth, they'll not go to other organization. Less attachment to the country of origin, they want to move to other nations, and self-orientations than extended families more. That's the reason why individual plays a vital role in the success of family-owned businesses. Now, what is the crux? The secret source of great family businesses is the great family business has common vision. If we can give individual a freedom and that to connected with the common vision of the family, there can be a successful family business. And what Mr. Anand said is absolutely right. We have to transfer the family's values from generation, not to the family members, but to the business family members, those who are working with you. Once you align your value system with the owner's value system, because owners may be from family, may not be from family. When they are not from family, they don't respect you. They respect only one thing, that is ROI. They are interested in their return. But once they are attached with you, with your value system, then you will be creating a great organizations. Family relationship, aligning your relationship with owners, other stakeholders, and your family members. Family business can create the greatest thing is called your social capital, cohesiveness, and long-term perspectives. Trust is the foundation of great family success. And how can we create a trust? The great tool for communication can be a great tool for creating trust in family business. I told you, transferring entrepreneurship skills to the next generation. And very important thing, in initial generation, first or maybe in the second generation, people think that we share equally within the family members, within the family involved in the business. That's not true. True is not fair. Because you just can imagine, somebody is starting, we have three brothers working together in the family owned businesses, and we have a factory in Naroda, and we are living somewhere in Bhopal. And the elder brother who starts early in the morning at 6 o'clock and he starts for the factory and open the factory and operations at 7 o'clock. And I am the third brother who believes in a different theory, different philosophy of life. Jindagi milegi na dobara. I get up at 7:30, 8 o'clock and then move to gym. And I have a personal, trainer. It's nothing wrong. You must go for the gym and do your exercise. That is good. But I get ready at 11:30 and then go to the puja and then go to the other social activity and move to the factory at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock and ask my elder brother, Bhaiya, kuch kaam hai kya? My elder brother answers me, no, all set. Thank you. So I have some friends who come from Mumbai and we want to go to some clubs. My brother said, okay, you can go. Now my question to you all sitting here, are you working for the business or business is working for you? Is it the goose that gives you a golden egg every morning? If your business is to protect the family, please write somewhere that your business will never survive beyond the next generation. Because only one person is carrying the load of the entire family and entire the business. Instead, now you ask, the business is because of the elder brother. My lifestyle, my all expenses, personal expenses are because of my business. So please remember, you have to create a system wherein you can consume what you have contributed to the business. Instead, we are never differentiating between the dining table and the office table. It's like that, dining table, you can eat any number of sweets that's lying on the dining table. It's not like that. What's your contribution? You can consume only that contribution. That system you need to develop. We go ahead. And this generational success family must create policies, processes, and structures. And market relevance. I was sitting here just before the session with one of the leading business owner of Ahmedabad, and he said there were old theory or old thought of management and new thought of management. New thought of management says that meritocracy. We must have a rule for every individual entering into the business. It's not like that he or she is my son or daughter, so they have a right to enter into the business. Do they have the qualifications, qualities? Qualification is, I'm not talking about any degree. I'm talking to you all about the business qualifications that is required by your business. And every business requires different qualities and qualifications. Do your son or daughter has that qualifications? Allow them inside the room. Otherwise say, this business don't need you. You can enjoy because you are my son or daughter. But you cannot drive. You cannot come into the management. You cannot come into the boardroom. I said again, please look into the 4-room model. Right? You can sit in the family room, but you cannot go and disturb others who are working professionally in other 3 rooms, because all rooms are interconnected. I've seen here very close to Ahmedabad, just 30 kilometers in Kalol, one great business owner that has a business legacy of 85-90 years, and it's 100,000 crore rupees business. The owner's son and the professional who is IIT, IIM, he instructed his son, please don't disturb my ex-employee who is working for us. Because the 3-circle model, every circle has their own expectations. If you can satisfy their needs, wants and expectations, they'll be with you. Why some employee give you 45 years? I've seen in Kirloskar Brothers and in some other companies wherein people have spent 45 years. They've started from the grassroots and they sit as a vice president level. Why 45 years? Because they got freedom and flexibility. Because they got, even the owner's son cannot ask the question. If he or she has the question, he can ask the questions in the boardroom. But he cannot go and disturb him on an operational level on a day-to-day basis. That's the difference we have to create for the policies, process and structures. Do you have backup plan? If something happened, unforeseen. Some of the family businesses in South India I've worked with, one unforeseen incident happened to them. Two key family members who were the real operator of the business, they died. One died in COVID and another died in a road accident just in 3 months' time. Do you have backup plan? Do you have plan B? If not, please create. India has a great case study wherein family member died, and the next generation were 8 and 6. But business family member, the third circle of this 3-circle model, the employee, the most qualified leader from non-family background, but part of the business family. Can you imagine, he managed the company for 30 years. And in that 30 years, he took the company from level 1 to 2. And once the children were educated and, they are self-sufficient, he handed over the reins to the next generation. Right, that are n number of cases we can discuss, but because of time limit, we don't go into the detail. So the transparency is again, because everybody, if they know everything, it will create more trustworthiness, and they will never ask you unnecessary questions, because everything start. I ask in my all corporate trainings and group discussions, are you sleeping alone at night? Or are you sleeping with so many other people's in your mind? I advise every individual, if I have a problem with my family member, non-family member, anybody else, my stakeholder, before going to the bed, I mean to say before end of the day, please clear your relationship. If you can clear your relationship, that will be long-lasting relationship. There will be more understanding. That can be possible only and only through communication, and that is possible through transparency. Again, meritocracy. Whenever you are in problem, whenever you have to take business decision, please ask yourself, does it match with my value system? If yes, go ahead. Do I have the capability? If the answer is yes, go ahead. If no, do I get any support system who can groom me and my team to that level? That is the second. And third, is there the last, do I have any opportunity to make money? But unfortunately, we look it from the reverse cycle. We ask first, is there any opportunity to make money? That is our first criteria, right? And then, I don't know how many of us are asking, does it match with our value system, right? Caring growth for employee and resilience. Now we go ahead. Minority is majority in almost all good to great family-owned business. What we have to learn as a family member is we have to start living with differences. Because my son is always disagree with my viewpoint. Was quite young. And I have to ask, I have to give him or her equal opportunity and try to understand into their world. If I understand them, if I understand their wants and needs, their worries, I think we must create a family council. We must create a family meeting platform where every individual can come and express themselves, and the other family members can understand. See, family leaders should act. This ACT, A that represent acknowledge. When somebody comes and say that this is my worry, this is my anxiety, this is my problem, the leader's responsibility is to accept it, acknowledge it, and then see communicate with other parties, other family members, other stakeholders. And T, take immediate action. Take immediate action. What do we do? Everybody know where is the bottleneck, but we don't want to touch it. What family should learn, what family leaders should do? He should create a platform where all untouchable points are undiscussable issues can be discussed, and we can put it on the table, and by the end of the day, before we go to the bed, we have to clear the table, we have to clear the issues and act. Accept if it's right, acknowledge, and feel sorry for the others, because once somebody feel that, oh, I'm hurt, my concern is to be taken care by my leader. All right, because family leadership is more important than the business leadership. You will get so many IITs for running your business, but you will never find any pandits who will manage your family. All right. Separate your personal and professional life. You have to, I say it again and again, this sentence comes in a different 3 words, third time. Professionalize your relationship. You are my father at home. You are my wife at home. You are my son at home. I can give you a great example here without the naming. I know one of the greatest hoteliers. They have a great hotel brand. It's a hotel channel operating across the globe. The father once decided and make a public that now I'm going to retire at the age of 65 on so and so date. It was public meeting, and his son, who was working with the father for last 28 years in the hotel operation, but in the hotel operation he is looking after the restaurant business, F&B, food and beverages. He was sitting next to his father. All his board members, non-family members, professional executives were sitting there. Father said, the press media was there. Father said, now I'm going to declare my successor. That time the son stand up. He think that, oh, now my father is going to declare my name. Father declared, I am declaring Robert. Robert is not the real name, right? Because ethically I should not disclose all the entity's name. I am declaring Robert, our executive, who is with our organization for 30 years, as a chairman of the organization for next 5 years. Can you imagine what happened in the meeting? I was there as eyewitness of the meeting. The son left the room. The meeting over. Father thanks everyone. He moved outside, hug his son, and he too cry. My dear son, this is a decision not of the father. This is a decision of the chairman. I know if I have to run any restaurant, I won't find anybody better than you, but I have to run a hotel. And restaurant is a one part of the hotel. If I have to run the hotel, I think Robert is better than you. And I have to put business first. That's my philosophy. We believe on meritocracy. And that's why I have appointed him for 5 years. You please be with Robert and earn what, I'm using the word earn. You earn the business in next 5 years. And if you are capable, then you can take the charge after 5 years. You have an opportunity to be the chairman after 5 years. That's why I said we have to create a chair that can be groomed, that can be motivated for next 5 years to take the business. That we have to learn as a great successful family-owned businesses. This is the ultimate slide for you all. These are the tools that can create a great family business. That is, you have ownership transfer agreement. I have seen so many family houses in India wherein there is no proper ownership transfer agreement, and then the family creates lots of problems. In connection to that, do you have buy or sell agreement? If you have buy or sell agreement, whom you can transfer. Suppose we are 5 siblings in the family, and my sister, who is married to a family because in India we don't marry to a person, we marry to family. So she married to a family in USA and got settled over there. And in financial size, they are much, much bigger and better than my family. She's not interested, but my father, every family is a different family. And every family has their own story. My father has given ownership to my sister. So all equal, 20%, 4 brothers and sister. 20% goes to my sister. Now my father died. My elder brother, as per Indian system, he is the crown prince and we named him or labeled him as a chairman of the organization. After 25 years, now we, the second generation, are supposed to retire. One fine day, my sister's son, after 25 years, he first time came to India and asked me, "Uncle, I don't want to be with you in the business and I want to cash out my money." Do we have the system? Do we have the system for valuation of the business? Do we have the system to cash out? Do we have the system for reinvestment, applying back of profit? Do we have a system for dividend? Because see, large family and small family, both this family have their different problems and different prospects. Right? Do we have this kind of policy structures and systems? If the answer is no, please create it before it required. Before it's required. Everybody must be clear about what they want and how they want it there. For that, we have to create a family council, family retreat, and now I'm coming to the last aspect of family business, that is the succession. The ultimate test of any family business is succession planning. Succession planning is not transferring ownership. It's not transferring management. See, when you are talking about succession planning in family business, majority people ask about two things, ownership and management. I'll say many a time, I said my son is now taking over the business, but I am driving from remote control. I've seen one great family in South India, in Tamil Nadu, really great family. The gentleman, he decided that I'm going to retire at the age of 60. It's a family business that is having their offices across the globe. Their majority businesses is in Singapore, Malaysia, USA. So as he retired, in the evening he got a call. "Sir, this happened, that happened. Your successor, means your brother's son, your nephew, has done this decision and that decision." Can you imagine what did he do? Very next day morning, he declared everyone that I'm going to USA for my further study in family business in Northwestern University for next 3 years. I don't have any connection, means phone number. I have all of you's number. If I need, I'll call you. Don't contact me for next 3 years. Why? What's the logic? He has transferred the authority. Now I've given you the driving seat. See, when my son is driving the car, I sit just next to him. He's a well-qualified driver, but I, as a father, never believe him. And I said, "Beta, agati truck આવે છે, પાછળ ખાડો છે. What my son should do?" Can you imagine? I was driving with my son. This is the real story to Indore. 15 kilometers, just stop the car and tell me, "Papa, you please take the driving set. I don't want to drive your car." That was a great lesson for me. I've given him the driving seat. Have I given the authority? See, now I ask myself, when I started driving, how many mistakes I made? How many times my car went with some accident, collide? A certain number of time. Why I am not allowing my son to make the mistakes? But then see, every mistake is a great learning for every individual, and that create a new leader, that create a new invention in your family. Then ultimate succession is all about relationship. Relationship not in the family, but with the outside stakeholders. See, successor, when you are identifying, is he or she is acceptable by the market as a leader? Because he or she is carrying your legacy. It's not only driving the car, the value system. And that family owner whom I talked went to USA for next 3 years for learning at the Northwestern from the Professor John Ward. He has created a Sunday school in his family for the next generation who born and brought up in USA and Singapore and Malaysia. All Sunday school, they're all children's, women's and the elders should go to the school, wherein all some people, trained people from Tamil Nadu went there. They teach them Tamil language, alphabet, that they are never going to use in Singapore, Malaysia or USA. But he said, at least my son or daughter should know. He teaches them how to wear the dhoti. He teaches the wives and the daughters wearing the traditional sari and the ornaments and preparing the traditional food. Why? Because they want to preserve their culture. They want to preserve their values. Alright, that's the reason that he has created this Sunday school. I know this family and I worked with this family for a number of years. That's why I know all insights about this family. Now we go ahead. For great family business, for generational success family business, what we need is a professional board. Suppose we are 5 brothers. 5 brothers are the directors. Please remember, you will never get any diverse or great ideas, innovative ideas. If your board members, though you are 5 or 10 from the family and only 2 of you can be the director, how can we decide who to will be on the board? Suppose you imagine I and my brother, 4 brothers, having equal ownership and I am not on the board. Will I be able to sleep at night? My brother comes on the television every day and he is a business face on CNBC and all other TV channels. My wife will ask, hey, what hell you are doing? You are also equal owner, but I've never seen you on the board meeting. I've never seen you on the television. What role you are playing? Right. India has some example. There are families that has created this system. Who will be, when will be, how will be on the board. Alright, I'll skip some of the things. Exit strategy, retirement, conflict resolution. This is one of the very interesting things one should see. Conflict resolution systems. If something happened, how we can solve. Alright, and separating family business, family decision and business decision. This is a great site. I am not going to read. You please read on your own. This is all about succession planning. What successor should inherit. Your son or daughter will do what you do. They'll see you. They are the great cameras. They are the great cameras and they'll follow your footprints. Alright. The greatest things for successor and for greatest family business is the case study. I am discussing this case study for 4 hours. In one line, there were some problems with the Toyota car in USA in 2010. And some press media and political people, they asked Mr. Akio Toyoto that what happened, how happened. He cried and he said, please don't worry. Please don't worry. We will improve our car if there is any problem. Because it's not the car. It's my family name. My name is on every car. That's the reason. What's your commitment to your business and what is your commitment to your family? Again, this is again a different great case study that we discuss in our workshop for a number of hours. Can you imagine a family in France having 700 plus family members has created a system. This case we discuss for system, process and policies for grooming the next generation. We are creating a generation that can take your legacy forward and can take your value system to the next level. That is a in-house education and outside the house family business. The great leadership lessons we can learn from our Indian mythology is entitlement versus earning. Alright, is Ram is my son, so he will get the chair? The answer is no. Dasarath has created a different value system for grooming the next generation. Rishi Vashishta was there when the boys were too young. Ram and Lakshman were sent to protect the rishis who were doing some yagnas, and some domins were throwing some, bonds in the yagyas. Now my question to you all, do Dasarath do not have any army who can fight with the domin? He has a better army than the Rams and Lakshman. But why he sent Ram and Lakshman with this guru? The answer is that when the two young children will fight the battle and win the battle, the countrymen will see that this boy has the courage and he can earn the business. When he will be tomorrow the king, people will respect him. It's the respect that you need to earn from earning the business. It's not that share, he or she is my son. Again, we are running a little fast because my watch does not permit me to speak more. Do you have plan B? If not, please create. Maybe from family. If your family member is not capable not in terms of educational qualification, you have to see it from the market viewpoint. Does your external stakeholders is taking care at accepting your successor? If yes, go and break the glass. Break the glass means go beyond your family's limit and cross the boundaries and take him as a part of your member of the family. And once the member of the family becomes your family member, you can see it as a Tata. Yeah, this is a wonderful slide. It speaks a lot. Right? Do you have someone who shows you the rules and regulations? So please prepare the rules and regulations before it's required. Because once there is a problem in family, no rules of the world can be applied. Alright, so when everything is good in your family, in your business, prepare rules and prepare someone who can be your referee. Your family council can be a sounding board for you, but you must have some leader, maybe non-family executives who can guide you, who can help you. This is a wonderful, during lockdown time, I've talked a lot, I've made so many webinars on role of women because they are playing a great role. I said earlier, we see it as a great family and we are connected with the roots, but now we all are living in nuclear family. Though we say in business we are together, but you please see, we all are living on a different planet. And women are playing a great role. They are the shock absorber of the family, and I name them as a chief emotional officer. Many a time they connect each one of us and solving the problems. When I have a problem or difficulty in conversation with my son, what I do? I talk to my wife and told her that you please talk to my son Krupal and do this and tell him that you please do this and that. Why? We are creating a triangle, and mother is playing a great role. I mean to say women is playing a great role in the entire system. Why family splits? We have to live, please remember, we have to live in the family with differences. If we can accept the differences and live with the differences, accept others' viewpoint, I think that will be a great thing. So you will not go to the next point, that is disagreement, conflict and hostile or split. Right, I'll skip this slide. Yes, I told you about this, that one person is carrying the entire load. And very interesting this one, that is elephant in the room. Please discuss, please create your relationship professional with your siblings, with your family members, so that you can discuss that cannot be discussed in the family, or we don't want to discuss it because family issues are very important, but they are not urgent. If today is the GST's date and my system is not working, I'll request Ms. Dave that please help me to finish this because it's very urgent. Family issues are not urgent, it's very important. So please take an issue and discuss this elephant sitting in your room. Otherwise, you cannot go out. So this is your takeaway. All right, what we have discussed here in this 1 hour time. Create an alignment here in the forum. You can at least create an alignment in your ownership, business, and the family. Wealth sustainability from generation to generation. Growth, you have to think about both the things, keep it separately, but take it together, family and business. Ownership planning, leadership and succession, and of course, governance. All right, majority families have problems in the governance, conflict management, crisis management, and finally, family office. Keep it separately for your family business. If you have any question, we have 15 minutes kept for the question answer. I would love to answer your questions.